Hello there guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are exploring the Jura region of France with its unique wines, rolling hills and laughing cows. We've got towns like Arbois, Dole and 3 other hidden gems. So let's get going. Allez, vas-y. First stop, Arbois, the beating heart of Jura wine country, rolling hills, endless vines and wine so good it steals your breath. But it's more than just a sip of heaven. This is Louis Pasteur's hometown, where science meets charm. Stroll cobbled streets, linger in cafes, and soak up the quirky energy. Next stop, Dole, set on the Doubs River. This town is all charm, winding canals, old stone bridges and a historic core that begs to be explored. It's Louis Pasteur's birthplace, but also a place for lazy strolls, lively terraces and the perfect mix of history and everyday French life. Cheers guys, I must say this is one of the most enjoyable beers I've had in France in Dole. Look at that backdrop there. Next stop, Lons-le-Saunier, Jura's capital and the birthplace of Roger de Lille, who wrote La Marseillaise. This town runs on history and salt. Built on ancient saline springs, it once thrived on the white gold trade. Today, it's famous for thermal baths, colourful arcades and lively squares where life spills onto the cafe terraces. A little history, a little healing, and a lot of charm. As you're in Jura, you should try some of the local cheeses. This one is delicious. This is Cancoillotte, and if you can see my salad that I'm eating here, you dunk the local sausage and potatoes into it, and I would highly recommend that. Then of course, we all know Comté. Comté is a very common cheese. You'll find that in all the French supermarkets, and it's delicious. It's one of my favourites. And then Morbier is another local cheese. And that is very nice as well. You know, when you're in France, you can't complain about the cheese. Another addition here. Whilst we were in Burgundy, I treated myself to a 1997 bottle of wine. We are going to taste test this wine. It's made with 100% Gamay grape. So let's give it a go. This is the part where I pretend like I know what I'm talking about. It smells like Robinson's fruit juice. Let's give it a go. And do you know, it is delicious, it's very nice. As much as I like drinking wine, I also like walking through the vineyards. It's a very outdoorsy part of France. There's lots of trails. There's also lots of biking lanes and different routes for you to take, which are not as mountainous as say Haute-Savoie. It's a bit more like the UK. It's got some rolling hills. It kind of reminds me a bit of Oxfordshire with the kind of landscape. For me, instead of always heading south, why not head up to Jura and just try a different part of France for a change? It surprised me, so let me know below if it surprised you when you visited, and would you visit Jura over going to the south of France? Next stop, Salins-les-Bains. This town practically drips history, home to the UNESCO listed Great Salt Works, where white gold built fortunes for centuries. I did actually arrive in this town for the thermal springs, but I ended up enjoying the museum a little bit more. But to be honest, there isn't much to do here. If you want to visit the area and you're in Geneva as a tourist, you can always get the train to Nyon, and then from Nyon you can go up into the Jura. And from there, there's many trails, many activities, lots of lakes, so that's one option. Another thing is, as I was driving between towns, I discovered the Comté Cheese Museum by accident. I went in there and had a tour with the lady in English. I will put this at the end of the video because it's quite long, and for one cheese there's so much information. She blew my mind, but it is very interesting. And the last stop is Château-Chalon. I thought this was just going to be a castle with wine tasting because it's the town of Vineyards, but it's a really, really beautiful hilltop village. The views are stunning, and I think it might be the one that I preferred the most. Did you know that the Laughing Cow cheese was born right here in the Jura region, in Lons-le-Saunier? You can visit the Laughing Cow Museum, where the world-famous red cow first came to life over a century ago, with playful exhibits, brand history, and of course cheese tasting. It's a fun stop for all ages. And for accommodation, I stayed here as I was driving back towards Switzerland. It's technically not Jura, but I'd recommend it because Hotel Le Sauvage offers the perfect mix of history and comfort, with its peaceful setting, views over Besançon, and easy access to the Citadel and Old Town. So I came in the museum and this lady's giving me my own private cheese tasting,
Yeah.
aren't you?
Yes.
Right, so here we are.
Here there is two kind of Comté. So one is 9 months old and the other one is 15 months old. So the 9 months old and it is this one, because we can see that the rind is much lighter and thinner, and on older one it's a bit darker and thicker.
Right.
And what gives us also the age is those crystals. On older one there's crystals on it that we can find on young one. So here.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah. And there's another difference, it's the color. So this one is more yellow and this one is more white. It doesn't tell us about the age, it tells us about what cows eat. If they eat flowers or herbs, it colors the milk, so it gives the milk a yellow tone, and that we can see here, it's more yellow. And if the Comté is white, it means that cows ate herbs, not herbs, dry grass and hay, and it doesn't color the milk, so it stays white.
Right.
So, as we can see here. And so most of the time the color tells us about the season. But right now with the climate change there's no season anymore.
Yeah.
So here for example, it's 9 months, so you go back 9 months ago, we are in November. But in November they have to be unstable and eat dry grass and hay, but we can see that it's yellow, so it means that they were outside and eat flowers and herbs. And for this one it's 15 months, so we go back 15 months ago, we're April, and in April it's springs, and in spring they have to be outside and eat flowers and herbs, and we can see that it's white, so it means that they were inside. So with the climate change there's no season anymore, so it means that it's not the same. We can try the first one.
Yes, please.
It's the young one here.
Right.
You can take,
I'll give that a go.
if you want, you can break it. You see, it's very creamy.
So that's the young one.
The young one, 9 months.
It's one of my favourite cheeses.
Yeah, really. So in Comté, it's like kind of say with wine. There's different aroma, different smells. So here you have the wheel of aroma of Comté. There's 86 aroma, 6 family: lactic, fruity, roasted, vegetal, animal, and spicy.
Okay.
So it's very subjective.
Yeah.
There's no right and wrong answer, but most of the time on the young one it's mostly lactic aroma, the smell of butter, of cream, of yogurt, the smell of milk also.
Okay.
And here is 9 months. The minimum of maturing is 4 months old, and there is no maximum. You can find 24, 36, 38 and even more, but of course it doesn't mean it's better, because it's very strong and it's expensive also.
So the older it is, the more expensive.
Yeah, of
Right.
course.
Okay.
It's the only criteria that change the price of the Comté. But if it's from summer or winter, there's no difference of price.
Okay.
Because, so yeah. And for the very old one, it's mostly for restaurant, for specialists, for the cooking. What we find most on the supermarket, it's the fruity one, fruité in French. It's in between 10-12 to 16-18. What people like the most.
I've noticed it's always got fruity written on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a fruité. They're called fruity fruité because we find mostly fruity aroma in them. So here this family.
Right.
What people like the most, the fruity.
Okay. Right. There's lots of information. Thank you.
You can taste the other one if you want.
Let's give the other one a go. So this is the old. I will eat all of that. I'll take that with me.
Yeah. So you can see the crystals on it. So here it's a bit stronger, more intense.
Yeah, do you know, I prefer the other one.
The first one? Yeah. Yeah, this one, not a lot of people like it because those crystals, it's very strong, that what gives the stronger tone. It's not salt. There's a lot of people that think it's salt.
It is very salty though.
Yeah, it feels like it. But Comté is the least salty cheese you can find on the market.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. You buy 100 grams, you only have 0.8 grams of salt.
Wow.
It's not even 1%. Salt is only used at the end, at the maturing. We rub outside with salt, but it doesn't enter, it's create the rind, so the crust.
Okay.
Those crystals, it's called tyrosine. It's amino acid from the protein of the milk, and it crystallizes around 12 months of maturing. This is why there's no on young one, it's only on older one.
Right, okay. Well, you speak very good English, by the way.
Thank you.
But before we started, you said you didn't speak English.
No, it's average.
No, it's very, very good. But
Thank you.
I'm going to make your life easy. Do you want to give us some facts to end it off? To give us some really, the top 3 things that tourists should know about Comté cheese?
Top 3 things? I don't know, but I have maybe something is that there's no best Comté because every Comté is different. There's a lot of elements that give a diversity of aroma, of smells, of taste, of texture. There's the age, the season, how the cheesemaker affinated the way they have their own way of making it, and what we call in France also the terroir. It's very important because you buy a Comté here where we are in Poligny, and you buy a Comté more up in the mountains, it will not taste the same at all because the flowers, the herbs are completely different. The only best Comté is the one that you prefer. Here we are in Poligny, in the department of Jura. And Comté is a PDO cheese, so protected designation of origin. It means that there's a specification and rules that we have to follow according to the traditions. And one of the most important rules is the area of production. So we produce Comté in the department of Jura. We have a department of Dole and just a little part of Lons here. So in this area there's 2,400 farm, which is a lot, but it's small farm because the farmer can't have more than 50 cows. It's maximum 50 cows. And after that we have the cheesemaker. There's 140 cheesemaker. It's all the brown dots that you can see. So 140. And here in French we call them fruitières. In fruitière there is the more fruit. And the Comté is the fruit of labor, the fruit of working together. That's why it's called fruitière. And there is 15 maturing cellar. And in maturing cellar, we rub the wheel of Comté with salt. And back in the days, before we use salt from Salins-les-Bains, just here, and they don't produce salt anymore, but before we use this salt for the cheese. And right now we use mostly salt from Mediterranean salt, the salt from Guérande here in France, in the south.
We have reached the end of that tour of Jura. It was actually a friend of mine who recommended to go north instead of south like I normally do, and it was interesting to see a different part of France. My top tip would be to go to the Comté Cheese Museum, by far my favourite. Next, we are going to be at Lac Neuchâtel in Switzerland, where we'll be filming Neuchâtel, Estraveillé, Le Lac and Yverdon-les-Bains. So please write some comments below, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you to all of the regular viewers. Most of you are American and from the UK, and third place is now Switzerland. So cheers guys, see you in the next video.